Hey, what is up, guys? We are here today to talk about some Leatherface. The man's finally been revealed. And the NetherRealm stream that they did, they also talked about Kombat Pack 2 and Mortal Kombat XL in general. It's a pretty good stream. I definitely recommend checking it out. If you can't tell, I am super sick. My voice is all messed up. I'm sniffly. I'll probably cough through this. I apologize, but there's not much I can do. I've been drinking tons of orange juice, as well as just taking, like, a bunch of stuff to try to get myself better. Let me just clean off my desk, actually, because I've been sick, so I've been kind of like sitting on my desk dying. I have a bunch of useless stuff in the way. Let me just get rid of that, and also this too. Okay, anyway, let's talk about some Leatherface. Now, they finally showed off the character. He has some really interesting normals. I didn't expect his chainsaw to be as rangy as it is, but his normals go forever. They showed his like down 4 and this long range overhead and all this stuff that he has. Just the base character is really interesting. He has a restand. He doesn't have any projectiles that I know of in 2 of his variations, right? One of his variations does have projectiles, but I don't know if it matters as much because of his range, right? He doesn't have this crazy mobility, but he does have crazy far reach. It's really, really incredible. And if you think I'm overemphasizing it, definitely watch the stream, and you'll see, like, his normals have ridiculous range. But the first variation they showed off was Killer, which is based around this berserker stance, right? So the main way that this works is he has 3 options out of the stance. He has this triple lunging overhead thing that was unsafe on block. I saw it punished a few times when they were playing in the end of the video. And he has 2 different ones that look sort of similar, where he just kind of runs across the screen. One is just a hit, and the other one's unblockable. So they look pretty similar, right? If you try to jump out of the unblockable or get out of the way of it, and you just get hit by the normal one, then, obviously that happens. And I saw some interesting stuff where they would do a normal combo, and instead of ending it, they would cancel into the stance and go to the unblockable and get that extra damage there if your opponent's not ready for it. It was really interesting. So I didn't expect him to have like a stance like that, a military stance like Sonya. It's pretty similar to that, with different options. He can also cancel the stance at a bunch of different points, like while he's running or while he's revving the chainsaw up, or at a few different areas, which I thought was really interesting as well. So that stance seems like the standard, like if you're playing Leatherface, that's the most basic one to play. The other 2, there is a close range variation based around this little hammer that he has, and it has a command throw. They said it's actually one of the fastest command throws in the game, if not the fastest, and it's brutal, man. This variation is absolutely brutal. It has a lot of different strings. Like, normally there are characters like this in Mortal Kombat, right? Where one variation of the character just has completely different normals and strings, and you have to learn. And usually this is not the easiest one to play. It takes some time because it's so different from the traditional character. But it's a really interesting variation, and I'm glad that they gave him a command throw in one variation, because I think that character as a grappler is really, really sick. And the final variation that they showed off was pretty lady. It was a zoning variation, which I was really surprised about. And his zoning is crazy fast. It's crazy, crazy fast. Like, he throws the chainsaw and it goes across the screen like insanely quick. And not only that, but the EX version has this really big hitbox, it seems like, on the screen that takes up a lot of space. Besides that, he can also throw the chainsaws in the air, and he can throw it diagonally down or horizontally. So the zoning looks serious. Like, this character's zoning looks way better than I had expected. And to be honest, I didn't expect him to do much zoning at all. I kind of expected it to be like Jason in Slasher, where he has like 1 projectile and it's pretty slow. But man, this variation is crazy. They mentioned that it's one of the better zoning variations in the game, and it definitely looks like it to me. The character came out differently than I expected, but I think in a good way, and I'm really excited to get my hands on him. I think they also mentioned that we're going to get all the characters in Kombat Pack 2 next month, which, if that's the case, that's going to be absolutely nuts. I can't wait to get my hands on them, and I'll see you guys then.